Good morning, it's Sunday. Yep, I've got Barry on my lap. There he is. I'm about to go to church, and okay, so I went on that thing last night about how I was going to try and react or not react to my weight going up instead of down. What I didn't anticipate was it saying exactly the same. So, it stayed exactly the same, which is weird, but okay. So the experiment's on. We're going to do everything the same today as we did yesterday and see if it moves, first of all, and if it does move, which direction it moves. So that's the plan. I gotta admit, I'm a little disappointed, but we've been here before. This is certainly not new. I've been here lots of times. And so the hardest part is just sticking with it, knowing the numbers didn't move. So having the experiment to run helps. It should help me stay on track today. Yes, you want to cut in for your close-up? You want to cut in for your close-up? Oh, okay, don't lick my face. Oh, okay, now let's get down. So, if I can stick to it today, I'll have some information tomorrow that could be useful. So, that is the plan, to stick to it today. I haven't had anything to eat yet. I typically don't until I come home from church. So lunch or breakfast will be late, and actually breakfast has been so late before that it's gone right into lunch, and I just eat for like 2 hours. I eat and drink coffee for like 2 or 3 hours, and then that's it for the day. So I don't know what time I'll get home today. I don't anticipate coming home late, but we'll see. You never know. And I'll eat then. So I just wanted to check in and let you know something unexpected happened, which I didn't think was possible, but apparently it was. So I hope you're having as good a morning as I am, or better, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now. Good afternoon. It's about, I don't know, 5:30ish maybe, close to 6. Still Sunday. Obviously didn't go to church. I guess not so obvious. Yeah, I didn't go to church because I went out and got in the car and the car wouldn't start. So Randy went out and tried to jump it, and it jumped, but of course I didn't want to drive it there because I'd get stuck there. So tomorrow I have to call the service place and see what the deal is and what I have to do. Took the dog outside and just a little bit of running around the yard. Nothing I would consider exercise. Lunch again was the popcorn chicken with the salad and the wraps, which I forgot to show you how to make. And breakfast was the usual yogurt with berries and nuts and the usual chia seeds and stuff on it. That's today. I have been tempted to eat today. Randy's been sitting here munching on Fritos and a bagel like she's having a carb day. So that's been hard. And then, of course, we're watching Plate Up, which is all about food, so that's also hard. But I've been okay. I've been drinking my pomegranate water and haven't had anything else. I feel like I made it over the hump in terms of hunger. I don't plan to do anything else today. I was a little bit motivated, actually, to work on the car. But, well, I didn't. Because it's Sunday. So, and I don't know what's going to happen with it tomorrow. So, kind of hoping the scale moves in the right direction tomorrow, but also trying to keep my hopes reined in a bit because, again, like I said before, I don't want to be I don't want to be in that kind of a funk all day and that disappointed, so obviously the coffee's worn off. All these gaps in the video is me yawning. I have a pork loin roast defrosting. I let Randy choose which meat we would have next for dinner, and that's what she picked. So I'm gonna make a, well, I'll do it in the crock pot with some carrots and probably like a honey barbecue glaze type thing on it. So that's it. That's all for now. I hope you're having as good a day as I am or better. And if I don't check in with you later, I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Okay, so I did one bunch, like a bunch like this, of organic carrots, peeled, cut into, I don't know, like matchstick size pieces. And they're currently sauteing on about medium power in about, I don't know, a tablespoon of olive oil, extra light olive oil. I didn't want a strong olive oil flavor, so I either use extra light for things I don't want to taste like olive oil, or extra virgin for things that are supposed to taste like olive oil, or at least have an olive oil flavor. Okay, so I'm just trimming these to put these in my container so that they'll store for a longer period of time in my fridge. These containers, I don't know where I got them. They're these green containers. I don't know where I got them. They were marketed as something that would keep vegetables fresh for longer. Turns out they were right. I actually, within a few weeks of buying them, took them home with a bag of baby carrots and left the bag of baby carrots in the bag and put a whole bag into one of these. And the bag that I put in these lasted longer. So, that's what I used. You don't put them in the dishwasher. You have to rinse them. You don't even use soap on them unless you absolutely have to. You just rinse them by hand, make sure there's nothing stuck in them, and stick them right back in the fridge. So we've got that. We've got a couple of onions that I've peeled and sliced. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a layer of carrots on the bottom of the crock pot. All on the bottom of the crock pot. We're going to put the carrot slices, and then we're going to sprinkle or drizzle some honey barbecue on top. Put the onions on top of that with a little bit more honey barbecue sauce. And then I'm going to sear the pork loin in this same pan. Cover it with, or sprinkle it with pepper, and I'm going to mince up some garlic cloves. And I'm going to show you how I mince my garlic cloves while I'm waiting for my carrots to saute. Carrots, you don't want them to fully cook, you just want them to get a little bit, they shouldn't feel hard anymore, they should feel a little bit soft when you push them around the pan. Okay, so they're about ready actually. So I'm prepping my pork loin here because as soon as those carrots come out of the pan, this is going on it to start searing. Don't need to add any more oil or anything else. There's plenty of oil in there. Okay, so carrots go into the crock pot. Turn the temperature up just a little bit underneath my underneath my pan. And we're going to let it heat just a second while I get this pork loin out of this bag. Okay. This goes in the garbage, and this, I'm putting it fat side down first because I want that fat to melt and flavor the rest of it as it sears on the other side. So the fat side down first to get that flavor in the pan. A little bit of pepper on it. Okay, and then we're going to make up our barbecue flavor. Okay. And my giant fork. Okay, that's ready to go. So searing it means you got to sear it on all sides, which means open it up. While it's doing its thing on that side. Alright, honey barbecue sauce. Measuring cup. Barbecue sauce. I should have had this turned upside down for a while, but we're going to stick it there and let it go. Alright, so while that's doing that, and while that's doing that, how to mince garlic. See if I can stick. First thing you do is you take the garlic, put the flat end of the knife on top of the garlic, like that, and smash it. And then you mince up what's left. And it's already halfway minced for you when you do that. I watched some British cook, chef, do that, and I was like, you know what, that looks really easy, really quick way to mince up garlic. So that's what I do. And that's what I'm teaching my kids to do. Alright, so that's one clove, second one, smash, and it gets done so much faster. I mean, look at that. I'm done. That quick and I'm done. 2 garlic cloves. I didn't spend all day cutting it in half and cutting it this way and then cutting it that way. Okay. I got a couple more sides on that to turn. Okay, don't fall over. Okay, so we're back. I've got barbecue sauce in there. I'm about to add some honey to it, and of course I should have turned this upside down as well, but I didn't. So we're going to be a little bit, not long, just a little bit. I'm just motivating this honey to come down. There we go. Nice glop or so of honey. Into the barbecue sauce. We're going to leave it on its side in case we want more. Honey and barbecue sauce. Literally, that's all I'm doing. I'm mixing it together. Give it a taste. Pretty good. Alright. So, on top of our carrots, we're going to drizzle some. Put the onions on top of the carrots. I just did this with the teriyaki just the other day, and it turned out that the carrots weren't enough of a buffer, so, or I didn't, nope, it wasn't that the carrots weren't the buffer, it's that I didn't have enough onions, because the thing tasted like carrots. So, a little bit more onions this time, to get more of a good flavor going. Okay. Now, we're going to take our seared pork loin, stick it right on top of that. Okay. The garlic that's been minced, just sprinkle that on top. We've already got pepper on it. This will give us a nice garlicky honey barbecue flavor. And then we're going to pour this sauce on top. I got my carrots, my onions layered in there, right? And I'm just gonna pour this on top of the roast and everything else. That's what it looks like. Carrots, onions, and a pork loin roast.